Matt, the biggest Ravens believer, the biggest Lamar Jackson fan here. Why the Ravens get the little tip of the cap over the Bills for you, and why are these your top two offenses, the Bills or Ravens? Let's hear it.
Well, the Ravens have Rashad Bateman and the Bills don't. Next question.
Hell
But
yeah.
seriously, I do actually trust the pass catchers in Baltimore over Buffalo, which is a big part of the reason why I broke the tie in favor of them. Because quarterbacks, throw them in a hat, whatever. I really don't care that much. And I still think Derrick Henry is really good running back. I think that offensive line in Baltimore really overperformed expectations. I probably think the Bills have the better offensive line. So again, these are very, very close. But yeah, it did kind of come down to the pass catchers for me that Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers, really nice 1-2 punch at the wide receiver position. Isaiah Likely injury right now is a little bit of a bummer. He's kind of questionable for week 1, but Mark Andrews is still a good player too. So I think those receivers can get better. I think that receiver room could take a step forward this year. Whereas in Buffalo, really good kind of collection of talents. I mean, there's another one of my little pet favorites, Elijah Moore, that they signed after the draft. So there is that. But I mean, they're probably going to run out Keon Coleman at X again and Josh Palmer at the flanker, and that's just going to be a lot of Khalil Shakir getting targets underneath. So two really good offenses that I'm curious if James Cook can give another year like he had last year, where he was just so dynamic, especially because he wants a new contract, and they don't even seem like they're entertaining that at all. I wonder if he kind of comes into the season a little pissed because of that. But these are the tiny, little tiny micro things you have to do to break ties between these two offenses, because they're both great. And I like the fact that there's not there's a collection of pass catching talent here. I just think the group in Baltimore is a little bit better than Buffalo.
Charles, what about you? How'd you split the difference? Why are these your top two teams?
I went offensive line. I went offensive line for, I guess, my tiebreaker. Because I'm with you.
You can't stop poking the bear.
I was definitely. I know, but I know. I'm about to save myself here. I'm about to save myself from a Baltimore city I hold near and dear to my heart. I'm the number one Baltimore fan in NFL media. Please, I don't hate.
Apparently not.
Yeah, I was too low on their offensive line last year. I still think saying they overperformed is kind of accurate. It's still not a group of world beaters. It's not always the sturdiest, but they block well enough that two Hall of Fame football players in their prime can go out there and absolutely demolish. So that's good. I'm in on Rashad Bateman. Like the extension there, this is going to be an elite offense. But I just thought that Buffalo's offense was a little more sturdy. And I thought last year we learned something really cool about Josh Allen, where, there's so much talk in the offseason, I think, from people who look at it a little further away. What does Josh Allen look like without Stephon Diggs? Well, I guess he looks like the MVP.
Yeah.
You can.
What's Patrick Mahomes look like with Tyreek Hill?
Right. 50 touchdowns year one. Crazy. These guys are pretty good. It's just so it was so cool to see, because I think it makes you hard to defend when your quarterback is so good, your offensive line is so good. James Cook, buddy, I'm sorry. I would imagine you'll be back there pretty soon, back at camp, working through his contract stuff. I really hope you get that deal, but I've seen this running back stuff a bunch of times now. They can run the ball. They got a good quarterback, and they didn't really have great weapons last year, but it didn't really matter. So I actually really like the Josh Palmer signing for them, because he's probably just an average starting receiver, but that's probably all they really needed for this year. Maybe you can move on to adding some more big players on the in the future, but they have enough. They have enough for them to win MVP again. The offensive line's awesome. They run the ball. I don't know. I don't really have too much to say besides that.
Tell Brandon Bean that about the receivers. He'll love it. No, it's in the weirdest way.
You should get better receivers, but you don't need them,
Yeah.
Because they come a dime a dozen nowadays,
Yeah, they really do. I know Matt still grading guys from the receiving class, still writing up profiles of reception perception. How many receivers come out every class?
I think I've done 80 this year, and I'm still behind. So, yeah, a lot of good receivers.
I used to have to make I used to make cut ups as a scouting assistant, and like we had positions for college, and really it's I'll let you guys know this. The GMs are cheating or the execs are cheating and looking at these little cut ups as opposed to the whole film. And I remember I was like, I'm not doing receivers. It's like, you got it. Because anybody of a certain grade had to get a cut up. And I was like, that's like 80 guys. I don't have time for this. So my second year there, I was like, I delegated that. With just with you guys, it's how a lot of these two teams I thought were easily the top two for me, actually. And then it was like top two, little gap for the Bengals at 3, who I think are really good too. Continuity, not just O-line, but staff, the whole personnel. There's only a couple additions, but they're more like not the guy. It's more just like to fill in the lines. The dudes at quarterback, any way, shape, or form, top 3 guys, top 4 guys, offensive line, and then run game. I mean, those are the things that you need for a top offense, and they have it. And I'll say one negative, maybe. I don't know if it's negative, but a shoe potentially dropping or the other shoe potentially dropping. Both of these teams have had awesome injury luck on offense, I should say. The Ravens were the healthiest team in adjusted games lost, which is on FTN Fantasy. Aaron Schatz does this. They had the lowest one overall since the 2017 Falcons, and like the third lowest, I think, in the last decade, or longer than that even. So it's like, okay, just by math, that might drop off. Last year, the Bills, how many games? Here we go. How many games do you think the Bills offensive line starters, so the 5 guys that they started with week 1, how many games do you think any of those starters missed of all 5?
Maybe like 5 games combined?
I think it was less than that. 3.
1.
2. Okay.
1.
Close.
And they sat the starters in week 18. So 16 games, but 16 times 5. I don't want to do my math right now. 50, right. Whatever.
80 starts.
Whatever it is. 80 starts. 79 featured all 5 starters. Or like basically all the guys that they started with week 1. Like they missed Spencer Brown for 1 game. And the year before that, I think they were the healthiest offensive line or the second healthiest. Is that ever going to drop off, or have they found an edge? You know what I mean? Is it like something the Bills are doing? Is it something with their personnel? Or does the other shoe drop like it does for every other team in the NFL? So that's where it's like, okay, I just have that in the back of my mind. Like they faced a lot of luck there. Luckily, they have the greatest mouthwash in the world in Josh Allen, that even if you have a shaky offensive line, you can just run around and do some. So at least you have that answer. I do like the Joshua Palmer signing. We talked about it. I think you even brought it up, Matt, a few months ago or something about an addition that we wanted to talk about. Just the dirty work stuff he does, I like. And in this offense that uses a tight end like a receiver, and the receivers like tight ends sometimes, I like that. Maybe it's just something I'm painting, the inversion of Joshua Palmer as a power slot. It's like a de facto tight end, split out Dalton Kincaid as a de facto receiver. There's something there that I think they can tap into, like basically what Matt Collins was brought in to do, but just a better version of Matt Collins. And then, the running back room complements themselves. I like Ray Davis. They just don't have a lot of team speed, the long speed. I would say that's the one thing I'm missing with this offense, but I still just really, really like all the things they check, all the boxes they check. And the same thing with the Ravens. They got awesome backfield. Remember the name Keaton Mitchell? Remember him from his rookie year? Hopefully coming back healthy, even though Todd Monken's taking some pot shots.
They love Justice Hill, though. Yeah, they love Justice Hill so much. Like Todd Monken, you could there's some players you could tell, like, oh yeah, the offensive coordinator loves that guy. Like kind of randomish players. It's definitely Justice Hill is Todd Monken's guy.
You what Tom Monken said about Keaton Mitchell? He said, "Well, he's got to earn those reps." A couple of years ago, we didn't have Derrick Henry in this backfield. It's just like, fair. Hey, it's the NFL, man. You got to be. These coaches are honest sometimes, but I just love that. It was just like, well, yeah, he got reps because we didn't have Derrick Henry, so now he's got to earn those reps. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But no, I think these are pretty easy picks to at least have high up there as top 5 offenses. We have the Ravens and Bills as our top 2 offenses, or the Bills and Ravens if you're Matt Harmon. But let's run through these. Great job, guys. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody, for an hour and a half on top 10 offenses. This was great. Charles, a recap of yours. Chiefs at 10, Rams at 9, Commanders at 8, Broncos at 7, Bengals at 6, Lions at 5, Packers at 4, Eagles at 3, Ravens at 2, Bills at 1. Matt Harmon, top 10 offenses, Chiefs at 10, Cowboys at 9, Lions at 8, Packers at 7, 49ers at 6, Eagles at 5, Bengals at 4, Bucks at 3, Bills at 2, Ravens at 1, and me, myself, and Nate Tice. Top 10 offenses, Chiefs at 10, Lions at 9, Packers at 8. I guess I can just read it here. 49ers at 7, Eagles 6, Rams 5, Bucks 4, Bengals 3, Ravens 2, Bills 1. You guys also notice all the NFC teams up there?